Only on Christ 17 TV. Back upside your head with another one. Today I'm gonna start something a little different today, and it's like my the players I watched play baseball when I was growing up. I'm gonna start doing a little session on just the players I watched growing up, and how good they were. Throw you a little stats here and there, and just I used to always collect cards, right? And one of my favorite players to watch when I was growing up, because I used to like to play that third base, shortstop, outfield. I used to like to dive for the ball, steal bases, get all dirty. So there was a there was a player growing up who I used to love to watch, which was Lenny Dykstra. And this guy would steal bases, dive all over the place all the time. He started his career off as a New York Met in 1985 and finished his career as a Philadelphia Philly. He's a world champion, three-time All-Star, Lenny Dykstra, aka they used to call him Nails. Nails. Now, he played, I want to say, you could say 12 years. He played for the Mets from 85 to 1989, then got traded to the Phillies mid-season. So he played 8 years with the Phillies, and in 1993 he was an All-Star. He was in the running for the MVP. He had 143 walks, 191 hits, and 44 doubles. Yes, and he led the league in hits. So he's also a world champion with the New York Mets in the crazy 1986 season. And he also had a walk-off, I want to say in Game 3 versus the Houston Astros. And also in Game 7, while they were down 3-zip going into the ninth inning of the elimination game in Game 7, he started off the rally with a triple. Center field over, I want to say, Billy Hatcher's head, okay? Now that's some stuff. And he also had 4 home runs in the World Series versus the Blue Jays that win 6 games. The infamous Joe Carter walk-off home run versus Mitch Williams to give the Blue Jays a World Series. Now, when I grew up, I used to collect cards. And I used to collect Lenny Dykstra cards like crazy. I had about, I want to say, so each page inside your book had 9 slots. You had 3 on top, 3 in the middle, 3 on the bottom. I had about 12 to 15 pages of Lenny Dykstra cards. And I used to love to watch him play for the Mets. I used to love to watch him play for the Phillies. He was a 3-time All-Star. And I remember him and Darren Dalton, the catcher. I forgot what year this was, but they were coming from a bachelor's, a party, and they would come home early in the morning, and they got into a horrible car crash, and both of them were really hurt bad. Lenny was out for maybe 2 to 3 months. I think Darren was out for the whole year, and I remember that time, and that's when I was like, damn, drinking and driving, man. Drinking and fucking driving can kill you, and almost killed one of my favorite players when I was a kid. But I just love to watch this guy play. Perfect nickname was Nails because he was tough as nails. I remember I was at my grandma's house, and it was my brother's freaking birthday. Let me see. He was maybe, I wanted to say, he might have been turning, no, not 12. He was turning 10. I was going to be 15 in a week and a half. But I was up so late watching this 20-inning game between the Dodgers and the Phillies. and Lenny Dykstra hit a walk-off double in the 20th inning. I'll never forget that because that's the longest game I ever watched in my life, was 20 innings. And it was just, the guy was exciting to watch. He'd get on base, he'd steal, he would walk. This guy had 143 walks in 1993, that same year. He was a starting center fielder for the All-Star team that year. The kid was raw. Down the line, he had some all kind of legal shit. He had some kind of fraud, DUI, some kind of sexual assault case was thrown on him. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I'm not sure. But I will say this: he had 81. Now this is a crazy, crazy stat here. Out of his 81 career home runs, 57 of those home runs were solo shots. See, back then you had no DH. The pitcher had to bat. And usually the 8 and 9 were the worst hitters. It was like your catcher, your pitcher. And they would be getting them guys out like this, and then he would come up with nobody on base, and he would hit his solo bombs. And it was just a trip. He had a quick 12-year career, and his best years were with the Phillies, where he made the All-Star team 3 times. And I just wanted to give you guys a little insight on my childhood growing up, and this is going to be my new thing. The cards I collected, the players I watch, I'm going to do a thing on each single player, maybe one each day, maybe one every 2 days, or maybe 2 or 3 in one day, depending how I feel that day. But today's guy was Lenny Dykstra, a.k.a. Nails, world champion New York Met with the amazing Mets of 1986 with Strawberry, Gooden, Gary Carter, Ray Knight, Keith Hernandez, a lot of great fucking players there on that team. And then he got traded during the, I want to say the 89 year. And he went to the Phillies, and he became an all-star, and they was going for the playoffs. They had Kurt Schilling, Terry Mulholland, Darren Dalton, John Kruk, Mickey Morandini. They had a great team there. And they made it to the World Series, which they lost in 6 games to the Joe Carter walk-off home run. I'll never forget that shit. I was like this on the floor watching that shit, and I was going for the Phillies because Lenny Dykstra was like my favorite player as a kid. So I was like a Philly fan, but I like the Yankees. But I was a Lenny Dykstra fan. So I just wanted to give you guys a few minutes of some little MLB old school growing up, back of the baseball card type shit. And like I tell you every time, hit that like, hit that subscribe. It won't cost you a dime. And like I tell you every time around this time, this is going to be a new thing on my channel for all my people who love baseball. Everybody's not going to watch it. I'm fine with that. But some people who watch what I watch, MLB growing up, you're going to really enjoy this, because this is going to be my new thing, because baseball is my passion. I loved it growing up, and I still love it. So with that being said, today's MLB player for the day on Christ 17, episode 1, Lenny Dykstra, a.k.a. Nails. With that being said, everybody, Christ 17 TV, and my baseball today player is Lenny Dykstra, and I will catch you on the flip side. You see, I had to bring out the Philly hat for this one, because we talking about Nails, one of the all-time hustling players that I've ever seen play. He didn't take one playoff ever. He ran out every ground ball, even though he knew he was getting out, he ran it out to the fullest. That's more than I can say about most players in today's game. So, like I said, This is going to be my new thing, and Christ 17 TV and his baseball player for today will catch you on the flip side, player. God bless.